light so you guys can see what my board says. The other guys are still on the way. Alright, let's see here. This one should have some good light. Alright. Sorry, it's windy out here, guys. Ah, wind's grabbing it. This one's going to be the hardest one. Greetings. I'm sorry, it's bouncing. It's because of the wind grabbing my sign. Yeah, we could tape it to this here, but it wouldn't do much good here. This is the jail. So the other guys are arriving. Yes, Eric always shows up to court. I delivered it. Yeah. Alright, guys. This stuff in particular has got me heated up. You guys know that they have a $35,000 bond on him. And you know that our judges are not complying with the laws. These are saying that the Colorado law mandates this stuff, right? You guys know that, well, you don't know. Let's put it that way. You don't know. That's why we're here. So, that mandates that these things happen. In particular, that they have to impose, or the conditions that they have to impose, the amounts and everything else, how they're set. So they're not taking into consideration the defendant's financial ability to post bond. The man gets public defenders. So a $35,000 cash bond is the equivalent of pretty much $350,000 surety bond. So the other guys are here, starting to get here, and they're going to be setting up here with their flags and everything else. So this stuff is important. It's all in relation to our laws. I do want to speak and say some things about what's going on, especially why Eric does what he does and what he said. This is my opinion, but I think it is a fair opinion on what's going on. In my opinion, he goes and does these live streams to everybody, lets them know what's going on. In this particular instance, this happened on November 19th. He went in front of Judge Majid. Judge Majid determined that the ankle bracelet was to be kept on him. He's there for justice. It's supposed to be a justice center. So when he's told that it has to be left on him and no single person has a protection order on them, what is the purpose of that ankle monitor at that point? He has an area he can't go to, but it's an area he's never went to. He doesn't know what's in the area. He had to figure it out that it was probably the HOA office, but he's never been there. He's never been in contact with anybody down there. So how is he a threat to anybody down there when the only person he's had contact with lives, 50 feet away from him?
Yeah.
And there's no protection order.
Yeah.
So is that justice? So when he goes in front of a judge and the judge says, nope, you got to keep that ankle monitor on you, we got to know where you're at, is that justice? He felt as it was an injustice, and I agree with that. That would be a severe injustice because there is no protection order on any specific person. And that's what the purposes of those are, is to protect a specific person. So when things like that happen, he uses his words to get everybody's attention. His words, you know, he advocates for the random shooting of judges. The judges, when the judges don't follow the law, can you do about it? When they don't follow this law, what do you do about it?
That's right.
We can protest, but when there's nobody listening, what gets their attention? Eric's words gets people's attention. Unfortunately, they construe it into a threat. He wants their attention, not the threats. That's my opinion on that. I don't know what you guys think. You probably think about the same thing. The man has never specifically said, shoot somebody. He just advocates for it. They've never gone after him for saying that an officer should be shot. You know, random shootings on them. Never. Because there's no particular officer that he's named. So is he breaking the law or is he not? In my opinion, he isn't. But that's just my opinion. It's probably a lot of your guys' opinions too. That he is not breaking the law while protesting these injustices that are given out daily in a justice center. When they say you have to have a GPS monitor on you and they don't have a valid reason for it, and that's to protect a particular person, that's an injustice. All of these are an injustice. And Eric, well, he's getting fed up with the system not working like it should. It's one thing when there's an officer arresting you. It's another when you're standing in front of the court and you see an injustice. What can you do? You can't do a whole lot about it. It's an injustice right now that he's sitting in jail on a $35,000 cash bond when Colorado's law says they're not supposed to do that. That means that judge is not following the law. What do you do about it then? Well, we're out here protesting because if we do anything else, we're going to be arrested. Even then, we might get arrested for protesting. You never know what's going to happen out here, guys. The rest of them are on the way still, so they'll be here. Yes, I'm hoping to make some change. That's what the purpose of protesting is for, is making change. It says your chat is disabled.
It is?
Yes. They are telling me that your chat is disabled.
What does that mean?
It means they can't talk.
Okay, so I should stop.
What are you doing for your settings?
I don't know.
You're saying, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, that's obvious that you don't know what you're doing. Fix it for her. I don't know what she did. I've never even disabled the chat in my own. All right, more guys are coming. I'll work on getting hers fixed though.
Thank you.
More guys are coming. So they're gonna get out the signs and let's go over here by the Jeep for a moment where I can put my battery pack on top of the Jeep and wait for these guys to set up. I did see a bunch of police activity as I was coming in, by the way. There was an accident over there on 6th Avenue, right over that way. So at 6th Avenue there was an accident, and then there was a car stopped coming out. What is the judge being decloaked? By detective signing an affidavit. He is unfit to What is he signing? The judge is just signing on this current one that the grand jury found probable cause to try him in court over it. So by them setting a $35,000 cash only bond means they violated the spirit of the law. We have reform of our bonding and sureties and all those laws which state that it's a hindrance to the person if you're keeping them in for money. You are basically making an indigent person a prisoner until they go to court. Are you fixing it? Okay. Monkey's fixing her thing.
What? Well, you were drinking, so obviously I didn't hear what you said.
I didn't say anything.
That's what I'm
I was
saying.
trying to hand you this.
Oh, gotcha.
And you bumped me. So the other guys are getting their signs ready, everything. Yes, cage for profit and unfair and injustice to Eric by keeping him imprisoned unnecessarily, which is all in the bottom part of that. So a presumption, let's see here, fixed upon return of an indictment or filing of an information complaint, including warrants issued, blah blah blah. Presumption of release under the least restrictive conditions unless the defendant is unable or unavailable pursuant to the Constitution preventive detention provisions, which he's obviously bailable because they set a bail on him. So reasonable financial conditions and non-statutory conditions to be tailored to address specific concerns, including new bond types and statutes and all that, to avoid unnecessary pretrial detention, which is what they're doing right now. Is a detective signed that a judge was credibly threatened, and no, it wasn't a detective, beware mouse, it was a grand jury indictment. How many times am I going to say that? A grand jury indictment, not a detective signing it. I read off the papers to you guys the other night. A grand jury indictment means they put it in front of the grand jury, presented the evidence that they wanted them to see, and said, is this man guilty of this enough that we can have probable cause to charge him with it?
Hey, where you at? Come.
You went around the front. Grand jury is an unfair system in the sense that they can present specific things of evidence and omit other things. So it is unfair because you don't have a defense at it. You have no defense at all at a grand jury for an indictment. Hey, Big Rooster. Yes, they can lie. It's not in front of an actual jury, so they can lie about it. Yeah, I know about that, the pretrial hold. That usually has to do with the ankle monitor, guys. We went through this before, where they put a pretrial hold on him, and that has to deal with the ankle monitor. That's all that has to do with. He gets an ankle monitor put on him, and he's good. Read above. I misunderstood. Unsuppressed. That's cool. I'll have to check that out if I got time. The grand jury was sought because not one judge would go along with it. Yeah. More than likely, the grand jury, it was put in front of a grand jury like that. And I discussed all this, Beware Mouse, on my previous live stream about how many times it's possible to put it in front of a grand jury before they finally get a grand jury to say yeah. Yeah. It's a little chilly out. They're going to keep the ankle monitor on them as long as they can, guys. We got the captives banging on the windows now. We got some of them banging on windows. Here, Janet, you want to hold the sign for a while?
Yeah, I'll hold the sign. Thank you.
I think it's a very meaningful sign.
You rushed me, and then I didn't get my stuff going.
I think it's a very meaningful sign, which makes a point. And that's what the purpose of protesting is for. This ain't fuck copsing. This is protesting. Where's the voice box? Good question. Janet, where's the voice box? Huh?
We didn't get it plugged in.
They didn't get it plugged in. So, therefore...
We'll be more prepared next time.
You would plug in.
Voice box.
Oh, there's a piece of paper. Damn thing.
Where's the report?
One of my receipts. Thank you. All right. And the window banging warms your heart. Yeah, they need to charge it up. So they didn't charge it. Where's Liberty? Liberty's here somewhere. Somewhere. So we ran into a little communication problem between yesterday and today. We were supposed to be here yesterday. Then we called it off due to the snow. So we said we set the time for 6 o'clock tonight. So I get there about 5:30 and nobody's doing nothing. I'm like, we're supposed to be there at 6. And like, oh, we're gonna go at 7. I'm like, I specifically told a managing editor of Westward magazine that we will be here at 6. So they didn't bother to tell me this, so I wasn't able to tell the managing editor. So there's a huge miscommunication going on. He said thank you. Happy fuck the cops day, and he says thank you, have a nice day. Behave yourself, A Balance. Just because you don't agree with what he has to say doesn't mean he can't say it. That's one of the reasons you were made a mod, is that you can say what you want to say. That doesn't mean you get to silence somebody that you don't like their opinion of, okay?
This is gonna blow away.
I'm trying to go back and read the message. I can't, it won't let me. I know the wind's bad. And it's not letting me read it. It's gonna blow away there. So you have a voice in here, A Balance, without getting booted out. Just don't abuse it. Don't silence somebody else's speech that is allowed in here, okay? He's deleting people? Has he said anything in here? Seriously, A Balance? Is he deleting people out of the chat? Yeah, but I don't have a super mod. It would be A Balance. A Balance is a mod in here. Yeah, Lady Zaga, I did actually give him a wrench. I also gave Furry Potato a wrench, which she still has. Just Mouse's comments, or who else? Is there other comments being deleted? Make sure that Mouse isn't banned from the channel. Okay. Here comes some chalking. What'd they do? Huh?
Took a picture of his license plate.
They took a picture of his license plate. Who did? Jeffco?
The vehicle was just pulled out.
Oh.
The lights right there.
They took a picture of all the license plates here?
Might have, I don't know.
Probably.
He took his.
Probably did. They probably took pictures of all the license plates here. Because protesting in America isn't legal anymore, apparently.
There is chalk, huh?
Apparently
It's a
so.
rock. I think he found a rock.
Yeah, I think he's using a rock. You guys didn't bring chalk? Really?
You act like we have some just lying around.
You usually do.
I think we still have the chalk wall friggin' box, but you know, that's memories. That's memories.
Yeah.
Happy fucking Cops Day.
You brought chalk last time? Yeah, Ross Q, you did. I think they need chalk this time, though.
No justice, no peace.
Dollar General, yeah. Nobody brought chalk? Seriously? To a protest?
We didn't even, you rushed us.
I did not. You rushed yourself. You didn't tell me you changed the time. Who would have thought to tell somebody? There's a store across the ways up 6th Avenue here. I forgot what it is, if it's a Walmart or what. But there might be a Walmart over there.
Go out and take a right.
Yeah, I think it's a right and then a left, or it's a left and then a right. I don't remember. Just look on Google. There's a store nearby here, though. I know there is. He's using a stone. He's using a stone right now. Yeah, we're not organized today. I'm highly upset about that because I told the managing editor of the Westward that we're going to be here protesting. That's defend being resourceful. Those guys up there are pounding on the windows, so we got an audience of 3 or 4, at least 4. Where's all the women at? There's the women. women on the right, men on the left. Monkey usually watches the right side, waits for him to flash him. The chalk run, yep, he's going for chalk.
You got so much
There he
chalk
goes
at
for
home.
chalk right now. I don't know how you guys could be so disorganized. How is that even possible? How do you not have these supplies already in the vehicles?
I don't know.
Yep, defendant's out there chalking it with a rock. He's getting chalk. Real chalk.
I am so.
Happy fucking cops day.
Defend's right in front of you guys. That's defend right in front of you.
Blue lives not only murder, but they also ruin the lives of the people around them. Fuck the police in the neck with something dumb.
No voice box, no chalk. Yeah, I know. So disorganized. I was actually pretty livid at the house when they said, "Oh, we changed it to 7 o'clock." I'm like, "Oh, gee." Yeah, so what if I told the managing editor of Westward that we're going to be here protesting at 6? I had to leave and come down here before I blew up, basically.
Skip across the street.
Yeah. No, that's Monkai right there. The fence right here. Yeah, exactly. Everybody does the chalking. It's like, how could you not have chalk already in the vehicle? Right? How could that be? Another Jefferson County leaving here. We're going to be here for a while. By the way, we have an update on court stuff. Would you guys like to hear the updates? Okay. Janet, could you step over here, please? They would love to hear an update on what happened today.
What happened today was.
Hold on a second. Eric went to court today too, as well, guys. He was in court yesterday and he was in court today. I didn't even know about today's because nobody tells me anything. Anyways, can we please get an update?
Brian moved to your house, and you'll know.
Yeah. Okay, Janet, go ahead.
So what happened today was, I thought it was at 8:30, and it ended up being 10. Joe was there. That was nice. We
Yeah.
went inside. It wasn't even open yet. And I said, "Can we go in?" And she said, "I haven't opened the door yet." And there was a man without a black shirt on. The judge was sitting. There was a judge sitting in a chair without a gown on.
Okay.
And I asked if that was the judge. And she
A
said
naked
yes.
judge?
Well, he had a shirt. I don't know what he had underneath. He might
Probably
not
nothing
have
underneath.
pants. Couldn't have, might not have.
It was a naked judge, okay. Probably didn't even have pants on. Anyways, go on.
And so, he was very nice to us. He said that we couldn't be on our phones, but Joe was trying to shut his phone off, right? So, I can see it. Free the brand.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
No way. Why don't you
Cut
use
off my
the
fingers,
soap?
I can't feel the cold.
We got chalk coming. We got real chalk coming.
Better late than never.
That's right.
And so, he said we could be on our phones if we wanted to read the paper or something until the proceedings started. And then he was talking to this new girl. I would say she was a clerk. And just, I could tell it was talking about Eric because they talked about the 10th. He said that he wasn't available on the 10th. They were going to have to change to the 19th, what day of the week that was. It's a Wednesday. They First Amendment. They wanted to talk about First Amendment on the flashlight.
You haven't explained what they did for all the cases.
Well, they brought
Why?
Eric in.
Who, and
Well,
all that.
they haven't even brought Eric in yet.
Oh, okay.
On where?
Well, she'll be back in a moment to finish telling the story. Oh no, did my drink blow over again? I think it did. I hate when it does that. Then I don't have it in my drink. I don't know what she's doing over there. Oh, no, my drink's over here. Ah, perfect. Put it on the back of the truck so it wouldn't blow over. Wouldn't be in the wind. My drink, Crystal Light fruit punch. Okay, James Evans, you said it enough already. You have your opinion, you've voiced it. You don't need to keep repeating it.
You're alpha, and you like to imprison and torture your own species members. Think about it.
Alright, let's go over to
Now,
Janet.
don't think about it.
See if she
You're
can finish her story.
Get your money. It's just a job. Just doing my job.
Huge wind noise? Yeah, sorry about that.
Just doing my job.
Let's see if we can get out of the wind a little bit here.
So anyway,
So-
I went back in there. We could tell they were talking about Eric, and then finally they brought Eric in.
Mm-hmm.
He looked really good,
Yeah.
very positive for having handcuffs around, and then his shirt like rose, so his belly
You
was
got Eric's
hanging out.
filming style down pretty good. Just let the hand float around wherever you
He had
want.
his belly hanging out, so the sheriff pulled his shirt down. They
Oh,
waited for his lawyer because his lawyer was in another courtroom.
right.
He had no idea that this was going on.
Of course not.
The
This is
ju-
almost like a secret proceeding, right?
Total secret.
Because I didn't, well, of course, nobody tells me anything anyway, hardly. I had to go find out the information for myself.
My
But-
gosh.
But, yeah, go on.
He got a little pissy with me today, the ghost. I said some naughty words.
Well, I was definitely upset.
But we're here now. We're here now.
Yes, we're here.
Yes.
We are here now. I hope the wind noise is okay, guys. I'm standing close to it to keep the wind from getting the mic too
So
bad.
they want to put all of his cases together. The flashlight, the one down on Colfax with defend.
Yeah, the one at the Fenton Street.
Fenton.
It's on Fenton Street.
Yeah.
It's in front of the O'Reillys.
Yes.
Yes, you guys remember that one,
And
I'm
then
sure.
these two cases, they want to put them all together, and they talked about a 404B. Which that is
Explain
like-
to them
that
what-
is like
what that is.
bringing all his past records up to show that he's habitual and he's a piece of shit.
Cascadian and Jackass Watts saying hello to
If
ghosts.
they bring his records up, they'll also notice that he's got an 85%
Yeah.
win rate. Most
Yeah.
of his charges against him are either dismissed or he's acquitted. So
That's right.
that's papers that needed to have been brought yesterday.
I didn't know anything about that.
Well, you didn't, that's true. I told a certain other person that they need to be brought, which didn't happen. But that's beside the point, I guess. It's too late to cry about it now, or is it? Okay, go on.
No, you're good. Somebody was saying the stream wasn't working, but it looks like it's all gone.
So the taxi's here for that guy, huh?
The guy that's been out there cussing.
So there aren't any hang-ups on Janet's screen. She's hooked up live and live streamed via YouTube. So to the individual who was making a reference that her stream was down, broken arrows, her stream is working. It's on your end.
Yeah, her stream's up.
One more time.
Her stream's up.
Loud and clear, Chronic.
That's the guy up there, sir, with the walker. Thank you. What, he acts like you never seen a sign before.
Carolina, Fort Worth's a taxi now?
I don't know.
She drives a Charger, right?
Yeah.
Well, now they have Chargers for taxis.
Oh, nice. That's the getaway ones.
Let's just hope they don't drive like she does.
Okay,
Carolina.
Janet, come back here.
I did think you were like
Come back here.
fucking funny, but
Now you know I'm doing it right.
Happy Fuck the Cops Day! You suck! Because you're an alpha and you like imprisoning and torturing your own species members, in which your mama is a part of. I bet she's real proud. Have a wonderful fucking day, touch hole!
All right, Janet.
so,
Yeah.
they said they're gonna take
Combine them,
Combine them. Yeah, combine them.
and the judge is going to
the
be.
First Amendment. The judge's name, Bush,
Well,
Christopher Bush.
Well, all right, guys. All the other judges recused themselves from the cases, and they brought in a retired senior judge to handle all of Eric's cases now into a different
Brian's
courtroom,
saying something.
one that is not directly involved. Like, apparently, Majid might be a witness. So I don't know.
No,
Who
I'm
knows?
talking about the box with the fingers in it, Brian. It's got all them green fingers and shit.
Green
Eric got
fingers.
it just before he left. It came with this sign.
Oh, the thumbs.
Yeah,
the
it's right
middle
next to
fingers.
the
The
front
middle
door.
fingers. Yeah.
Right next to the front door.
Yeah. The middle fingers.
Yeah, on top of all that.
So he's the hanging judge. I don't know about that, but he was on the bench until 2016
He's a retired.
and retired. And they brought him back in to handle Eric's cases at the courthouse, which might be a good thing, considering how he's been treated from the other judges and what caused all this injustice and him saying these things. So when you get an injustice and you have to speak out about it, that happens.
He looked really good though. I want you
He
to know,
looked good?
didn't he? Yeah. He's
Yep.
very positive.
Hey,
So, how you doing, Ghost?
no fist bump. There you go.
Oh my
Break my
God,
wrist.
it's the loser of
It's
Colorado.
Laluz, Colorado. He's here.
It's the loser of Colorado.
Who brought
You come all
who
the
brought
way
the
up
senior judge in?
today.
Well, I would
Good
assume
court for
that
Eric.
the courthouse
That's what
brought
it
it in.
translates to, right? Hey, I'm holding an Eric.
I'm sure it wasn't a lawyer's motion. I'm sure that the courthouse did that. Any judges involved with him recused themselves, and then they brought in the senior judge to handle it because otherwise they wouldn't have anybody to handle it. So they brought in somebody that hasn't been sitting on the bench recently,
Yeah, he was the senior.
so that he's an impartial judge. Yeah, the courthouse would have done that. So this is his best bet for impartial judge, and I think they know that, and which is why they did that. That doesn't mean they are going to be impartial, but he's got a better chance at it. He's got a better chance at it than standing in front of Majid or any of the other ones that he's ever spoke out against. That he's
They
felt
say-
he's had an injustice from.
So I heard from my lawyer that what that means is that
I don't think it sounds fishy, Lady Zaga.
it's
This guy.
they're proving how much they have to prove is very low.
No, they have to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, for one, to find him guilty. So there is a higher bar than just saying, oh, this guy does this all the time, and he gets arrested for it. But
twice.
hey, guess what? When it's dismissed and acquitted, what's that prove? Proves that he's right.
No, he's freaking right. They're
He's
scared
like, oh,
shitless
there's
in
the
there.
voice that's going to get me out.
They're scared shitless.
He said, that's the voice
Hell
that'll
yeah.
get him out of the van. Joe.
Happy Fuck the Cops Day! Every
It's
day.
every day of the week.
Twice on
You
Tuesday.
got a frog in your throat, do you?
5 times on Friday. Fabulous Friday.
So yeah, the jury is what counts. Yes, overall, if it's going to be in front of a jury, which is what'll happen unless they just drop it.
So they talked about the First Amendment too.
Sucking
Yeah.
that dick.
Well, of course they did. Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
It's all about what he's all about.
Well, they
Freedom
say
of
he's a
speech.
First Amendment auditor.
No,
But it
he
was pretty
is
cool.
not an auditor.
It was pretty cool how he
Eric
put it
is
into
not
perspective, though.
so much of an auditor as a activist, First
I know.
Amendment activist. Is that what they were calling him in the court though? An auditor? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It was
What is-
actually a First Amendment on the First Amendment speech, but they called him an auditor several times.
Interesting.
He said this is a First Amendment speech issue or case,
yeah.
and I want to know 2 things: how to address the courts when we call the jurors up. I want you. That don't have to be in writing. You could let me know what your thoughts are on how you're going to call the jurors. I want instructions on how, after the jurors are
They
called,
locked the door. No.
after the jurors are
lock
called,
the
how
door?
are they gonna
Huh?
They locked the door.
how are they gonna go into
No,
the
my door.
deliberation?
My house door. Go on.
Okay.
No, that's what they said. After they go into deliberation, those are just 2 conditions about that he wanted to make sure that the jurors knew that this was First Amendment speech.
Well, yeah,
Period.
but that's pretty early on. I mean, you haven't even had pretrial on it yet.
Yeah.
He's still in jail over it.
Well, the judge wanted to make it clear, and even the lady was like, she had some term that she told the judge, and there's like, does this case have that in it? And the judge said, yeah. Does the DA said, no, none of these cases ever do, Judge. And she goes, well, there you go. So they dismissed something on that, whatever it was. I don't remember what the term was, but she tried to include that in one of his charges, and he said, there's no way that's going to fly on the First Amendment issues. There's no way.
Right.
So they
Right.
they were going to squash that shit, right?
Right. So, it was his lawyer talking to the judge about this, or what?
Yeah. No, that was the DA talking to the judge.
Is it fun?
Oh, the DA.
It's my Bubba.
Okay.
That car deserves peach spot.
Yeah, you're some kind of special, aren't you?
He's a bondsman. He's a bondsman with a new car,
I wonder how fucking stupid he was.
paid
feeling
for
when he
on the
got
blood
beat. I couldn't hear a word
of
he was saying.
people in there getting out.
I like your car.
Who was he
I would
talking
park
to?
it that
He was
way.
talking to the judge was talking to the DA about that, and the DA was recommending that they include that in the free speech.
Issue.
Yeah, like when they give them the instructions or whatever, that they wanted this part of the instructions, that it's not free speech to cause a. I don't remember how they said it though, and basically she said, well, the judge told him that, well, free speech isn't him standing, unless he was standing in between you guys and yelling and screaming at the top of his lungs. That's the only way that he was committing interference or obstruction, whichever one of the charges that he was being charged with. And so basically the judge told him that
Attempt to
he
influence?
deliberately have to be in between the 2 people.
The attempt to influence you?
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, that would make
And
sense.
the judge told him
That-
that,
that would-
specifically.
that-
He goes, that doesn't construe. That's not a First Amendment violation because
He wasn't talking to the
in
judge.
middle of
He
the
wasn't.
people.
He wasn't in front of the person that he's supposed to influence.
Yeah.
That they're saying he's influencing.
So that's what
he was not
the
in
judge
front
was
of
very
them.
clear on that he wanted that, what their intentions were on that part of it.
So you think they might drop that right away?
I'm hoping, like I said, the judge was he was biased. I don't think he was, like I said, I don't want to say he was on Eric's side or nothing, but he seemed pretty
He
biased.
sound impartial. You mean?
Yeah, there you go. Maybe impartial.
Impartial, not biased. Bias means
Yeah,
for
oh, yeah,
one
the
thing or
opposite.
another.
Yeah, the opposite,
Yes.
yeah.
It sounds like he's
Yeah,
impartial.
he was neither here or there. Yeah, there you go.
Right. Okay. That
But he
makes more sense.
He was, like I said,
So it sounds like he
asked
might
the DA
have-
a lot more questions than he asked the lawyer.
Right.
Definitely asked them to clarify
yeah.
what their intentions were, how they were going to proceed,
Yes.
just stuff like that.
The stuff that a judge should know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And he said, he goes, I don't want this to be addressed while the jurors are in recess or the
He
jurors
doesn't
are at
want.
lunch.
Yeah. He
goes,
doesn't
"I
want it to be
this
a
addressed
kangaroo
right
court.
now.
Yeah, he
And
doesn't
we're going to
want-
make it clear.
Yeah,
so
he
that
doesn't
when we go
want
to court
it
and
to be-
trial, we're going to proceed with this trial and go through with it.
Yes,
It's not
he
gonna
doesn't
be
want it to
stopped
be
and-
a kangaroo court. He wants control over what's happening in the courtroom
entire time.
and any issues that need to be brought up before it's in front of a jury, before
He's
any
giving them time
issues.
to butt heads. He's giving them time to be, he told the
Hey, Wendy,
DA and the lawyer to get the butt heads together, and they have to have all this done before the 26th. And then after that, they'll set the disposition. As long as they discuss the case or do whatever they got to do, give them all the discovery, all the
Right.
everything that they need. Because I guess the judge has to go over some the thing you were talking about earlier, the indictments or something.
The grand jury indictment.
Yeah, he has to go over 3 sets of them or something like that. And right now they
Are
only
you
have
saying
access to 2.
Are you saying it went in front of the grand jury 3 times?
I don't know. That's what I heard. That he said that the
Before one grand jury said
new,
okay.
The new DA came in.
Now that would be interesting to know,
The
though.
new DA came in, right? And
Yeah.
he goes, Your Honor, he goes, I could get you 2 of the indictments today. All right, tomorrow. I couldn't promise you the 3rd indictment because I haven't reviewed the case. We barely got the case 3 days ago, so I can't declare.
They put it in front of the grand jury last week.
Yeah, but that was the new DA that came in that time.
1 week ago today, they put it in front as he was getting arrested
Well, I
in
think
Denver
was just
when they were
he
revoking
was
his,
acting.
his
He
bond.
was acting like this is not his only case. You know, he's like, Your Honor, I would. What did he say? How was the word? Did he say? I will try to hurry up.
Expedite.
I will expedite the process, but I can't make any promises. That's the DA telling the judge that, I'm not going to make any promises. I'm going to be on time with all this information and stuff.
Wow.
He was basically telling him to fuck out.
So this is the DA that's prosecuting him, saying he doesn't have the information, but yet they've indicted him.
On 3. Well, now it sounds like
How
3.
is it that he could not have the
He said 2 of
information?
them. He goes, I'll get you 2 of the indictments today. I could get 2 of them. And he goes, the 3rd one, I don't know yet because we got this case like 3 days ago, literally, Your Honor.
Bullshit. They
That's
got
what
it.
he
They
said,
got
though.
it long before 3 days ago.
Well, yeah, but that's what the DA's telling the judge right now.
Yeah, that sounds like a load of shit. Let's lie to the judge. Oh, I'm new to this case. Excuse me, but somebody was prosecuting him for this shit before this DA. Why the handoff? That's the question. It's because the guy was doing the prosecution to begin with, including this grand jury shit, ain't good enough. That's why it's being handed off.
Maybe one of the presidential appearances.
Are you really wearing an army jacket?
Yes, it's a week.
No, that's
question
those
the
stupid
DA's
pigs came out and took pictures
morals,
of my
I
license
guess,
plate.
or
Yeah.
I think they thought it
whatever
was
you want to call them.
I'd like to say how glad that you were there and they're telling us this now, because none of these other guys are giving
Then
me
he
this
comes over to my
information.
van and then he walks away.
Or any of our viewers'
Gets my
information.
Oh yeah, I was glued on. I was tripping. Like I said, Eric brought up a couple points that they made that he was being underserved. I think the judge called it, and he made a note of it because he was being underrepresented.
Well, yeah, not all his lawyers were
He didn't
there.
have all his lawyers there. and
Yeah,
they were
they're
asking
talking
questions.
about 3 or 4 cases, and he only had
And he didn't
one lawyer standing there representing him,
He didn't get
which
to object
didn't.
on any of their issues that they were bringing up on the 404B mostly.
Right.
They wanted to bring the 404B into all the cases.
Right.
So whatever that meant. And then we looked it up, and then one of the cops came up to us and says, "Hey, Judge, they're on their phones looking up, stuff that you're talking about." The judge goes, "I gave them permission to do whatever they want on the phone."
Nice.
Just told the sheriff that, right?
Nice. So
Yeah.
the sheriff's trying to get you in
Yeah.
trouble with the judge,
He's
and the
telling
judge said, "I told him he can do that.
I
Shut
said until
up. Leave him
court
alone."
starts. Yep.
Nice.
Exactly. And Janet's sitting there.
Nice.
Like, Janet's pissed at the
Oh,
judge, and I'm
yeah.
like, "Thank you, sir. Right on, cool."
I like that.
So yeah, he was being very cool to us.
He wasn't being an asshole.
No,
you
he
guys
wasn't.
hear that shit? Oh my God. That's a judge that he's like,
he wasn't
yeah.
scared of the sheriff. And then the other sheriff came in and snitched to that sheriff.
Well, of course
And
they snitch to each
Because
other.
he goes,
Yes.
yeah, they're on the phone. He was like that. I could see him out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
And that other guy goes, the judge said it's okay. So That other sheriff just walked through the fucking building, and she goes, "That's the one that arrested me or kicked me out of the."
That had to put every damn sheriff in that place sizzling mad that that judge let him do
They
it.
had
Oh
three-
my
they had 4
God.
of them in there. They had
Yeah,
two
that
marshals and
that
two
just had to
sheriffs.
make all of them burn because they've been ramming it down our throats that you can't do this shit in the courthouse.
We don't have to give it to you.
And the judge says they can do it. I love it.
Oh, we both did it right in front of them.
Oh yeah.
Not only did we do it, we did it together.
Yeah.
Made it shown that we were actually looking at stuff.
Now this judge might be a decent
have a
judge.
chance, bro.
That's right. This judge sounds like he might be impartial. He's also a senior enough judge that these
gonna
sheriffs,
take no shit.
yeah, these sheriffs can't intimidate him in any way possible. No way possible. Hey, Pikes, what's happening, man? Pikes is here. Woohoo!
This Westward fuck.
I don't know. There was no guarantee that they were going to show. It's just I invited them. Don't get mad at me for it.
I'm not. I'm just saying, it's getting close to time. We should probably start
Get all
walking.
mad when I don't.
Well,
That guy's not here yet. No point waiting for him.
it's a lady.
Huh?
It's a lady.
Oh, watch out.
Well, if this chick's not here.
Professionals here.
Well, it's all right. We're still putting out our
All I'm
message.
saying is we can start walking.
Yeah,
You know
we're
what I mean?
still putting out our message.
What's up, girl?
And it's liberty.
I didn't want to interrupt the interview.
Well, it wasn't much of an interview, but we were getting information that was important.
Oh,
yes.
you were interviewing. You were doing one after another, sir. I was like,
Yeah, I was.
I didn't have his face on here though. Look, guys,
Hey, everybody.
there he is.
looking good as always. I thought, brother, what's up?
I did the camera in his face, not like a interviewer would normally do. I was watching the other stuff going on in the area instead. So does that tell you guys a little bit more what happened today? That we actually might have a decent judge handling these cases now. Oh, we got fancy here. Who brought out the tripod for you?
Brian brought me the tripod. Oh no, Defend got me the
Defend?
tripod.
Oh,
And I need the
you're
legs go
getting
out.
fancy.
Yeah,
You are getting fancy
Brian
here.
got me this.
Yeah. I broke mine. I had to get a new one for the phone holder.
I got her the most important gift.
I
got
got
her the most
Brona.
important gift. I got her to go live.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
tried and didn't do it right.
Mucho caliente.
Here's our Spanish-speaking friend.
Oh, shut the front door.
What's up there, bud?
Not much.
That
What's
was
happening?
German.
Haven't seen you for a while, man. Working.
Japanese,
Working.
German.
I've been working, but they haven't been paying.
I only know.
I'm sure you know. Actually, do you still get bonuses off of me, or is that no? You don't.
Been a long time, man.
Yeah, it was only for the first 6 months. So yeah, it's beyond that now. So now you don't make money off of me getting out there.
Right back into that car.
Come on, right on, come on, back. You got
See, Pikes used to get $10 for every single stringer that I sold. He'd get $10 for it.
I probably made about $100 off
Yeah,
that.
he called me one time, but.
$100?
Maybe a little more.
10 of them sold.
Yeah, and then I think I got a bonus the first one or something. So,
Well, of yours they would have. First one of yours they would have given you a bonus of your own.
yeah, I sold a couple.
But-
I didn't sell as many as you. You're professional.
Well, I'm still doing it. So.
He's killing it.
He made a living out of it.
He sure in the fuck does. Yeah.
All right, guys. They're wanting to rock around to the side of the building is what they're wanting to do. Where's your check, 6th Estate? It's in the mail. You didn't get it? So if you guys could hear what all the Luz was telling you, could you guys hear all that? Or was there too much shouting for you guys to hear it clearly? Or too much wind? Were we good for that? Oh, we're doing better than the window guys. You couldn't hear it all? Oh, come on, guys. You couldn't hear what Luz was saying for all that stuff?
Look at this cop covering his
It was
face.
good? If you have to listen carefully, because everybody was yelling at the same time, too, when the Luz was telling you about it all.
What happened? About the judge?
Well, yeah, about the judge. You heard most of the conversation? Okay. You could hear it. It was good. Yeah, if you pay attention to it, you would have heard it.
Hey, somebody pissed
So,
on that gas tank
you know,
over
as
there.
long as the wind didn't get into the mic too much.
Gas tank? Why would we do
He has some
that?
dirt on his hat right here in the
You
middle.
need calm now. I was not calm earlier. I'm telling you, I was not calm earlier.
He was not. The blood was flowing. The blood was
There
flowing.
was actually a vein sticking out
No, no.
of the ghost.
We're talking about blood from.
A vein.
You were not hugging me.
Completely over his head.
Are you okay, bud?
Oh. Are we gonna realize it?
Yeah, they realized it.
Realized what?
That they can't go that way.
I almost
Oh.
went that way.
Yeah, for the going
I
around.
actually
Yeah.
was gonna park over there because my brother was over
Well,
there
you
for a
should've.
long time.
Yeah.
I was like, that
Look at him run. Look at him run.
Yeah. He's gunning it, man. He's gunning it.
oh, here they come.
WTT, it's his opinion. All right. You don't need to go on about it. A balance, don't ban him. He's entitled to his opinion just like you are. What did he say? On the speaker? What did the cop say?
Sorry, even if the vision's not good, I want the audio in case they try to say something that's not happening, right?
Yeah.
So,
I'm collapsing my stand so I can carry it around, guys. What'd the cop say over the speaker? Thank you very much. Let him speak what he wants to. A balance. I know what he says. Some of it doesn't make any sense at all, but that's the way he is. So you can say what you want to say. He can say what he wants to say.
Come on, Henry! The king of social Pol Pot.
Hey, my name is Joe.
What time is it? Do we know? Hang on. It is 11 after 7.
So then we should go back on the other side.
Yeah, we're going to take a walk, guys. All right, it's 11 after 7. So if you wanted to take a little walk.
Well, Luca's supposed to be here, so I was gonna give him like another 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
Text.
Okay.
It's coming almost from Pueblo.
So
you know.
we're going to wait a few more minutes before we go.
Yeah.
All of our Pueblo friends are here.
Hey, the one Mexican from Pueblo.
All of our Pueblo friends.
Yeah, we don't need the drama in here.
That's pretty happy.
I mean, you guys
That's pretty happy to
talk
see you
amongst
today,
each other a
that's for
lot,
sure.
but you
I
know,
hate going in that freaking courthouse.
keep it calm if you can.
She doesn't mean it.
Yeah, I know. All fucking year later. Fucking assholes there.
Mouse is causing an issue.
So what are you buying us for dinner, Joe?
Well,
I got
since
20.
I ate before I came because I
got
figured I was going to jail soon.
Get buttons over here.
Get your buttons.
Before I came, I was going to jail soon.
Get your buttons. Wait a minute. I have buttons on me.
I got in trouble at work.
Probably be home by then.
I'll have to
I saw an anti-police button.
get your buttons here.
Buttons
And
here.
some
Here,
police-
you need to hold that and say that. Okay, give us your best. Come on.
got buttons here.
All
Get your
right.
buttons. They're yours, babe. If you don't have a job, you can have one.
Got a pocket full? We all have no job.
Well, I think they sell them for cigarettes and shit. currency.
I didn't bring the
It's
affidavit with me,
currency
guys,
down
on the
16th
stuff, so I can't discuss specifics on it
Can we
tonight.
do a wellness check on Eric?
Well, if we do that,
Huh?
if we do that, they'll have to keep him
He
in.
quit too.
Really?
Never
Yeah, I
mind.
cooked for New Year's and I had practiced this and trying not to shoot her nails, but since she's been trying to hide all these secrets.
Sure is a nice sign. Yes, it is a nice sign.
Trying to figure out
Somebody
way to
put a
hide all
lot
the
of effort
secrets.
into
So I
making
guess they're
that
all in the
sign.
nails, you know what I mean? So one day I went to go polish her nails. I was like, let me polish your nails today.
Can
babe.
we give a
She
date
goes,
for what?
"Okay, sure."
His next court date?
I go, well, come here.
His
I
next
gotta
court
do it on
date
your
should
hands,
be the
right?
10th?
She's like, okay, yeah.
No, you've got Eric's
Like,
next
let
court
me
date.
see
Is that what
your
you're saying?
hands.
I heard court date.
Like,
Yeah.
"What
I believe it was moved to the 19th. The 19th?
No, he can't. Doesn't he have it on the 10th about his bail bond?
No, they did everything to the 19th.
They're going to keep him in here until the 19th to
The
hear.
judge did say, you know, he's in here for the pretty high bond, so we want to move this along kind of fast.
Yeah,
Right
they
to-
said it for the 10th for that, though.
No, they changed it.
You can't,
How is that
judge
not
can't be there
moving
on
it
the 10th.
along then?
It's not.
It's taking it out further by
No, they-
changing his February 10th date to hear the bond issue, which is why we're out here protesting. $35,000 cash bond only. Bullshit. That should have been addressed today. If I had known about it, that's, one of these lawyers should have brought it up.
Well, they didn't.
He's here.
Eric didn't even have a lawyer yet for this case.
Well, two of his lawyers weren't here or something, wasn't it?
I called the one. His name. I called him, and he's the one with the flashlight case.
Right.
No, the other one. He's the other one. That guy that was there today has the flashlight case. And he didn't even know anything about it. And Eric said in the middle, Your Honor.
I'm
Yeah.
what was it called? Under.
Duress?
No, his lawyer was missing. He had lawyers missing
Yes.
for these cases.
Right, because they didn't tell them about it.
That's right.
Because they're dumbasses and they don't inform anybody.
I do.
Under surgery.
I I'm gonna give you information.
I was underrepresented.
Underrepresented, yeah.
Underrepresented, and the judge goes, duly noted. Let's move on.
Shit. Let's move on.
Yeah, he goes, duly noted. He goes,
Did Eric try to bring up his issue about the bond?
One that did that.
No, did Eric bring up
No,
the
they
issue
didn't-
about
they
his
didn't
bond?
mention nothing about the bond.
Really?
Just the only thing they
Look
made
out.
mention about the bond was that everything's gonna be combined to the 19th. Everything. They don't know what courtroom, because when we walked in, they were discussing that. They
Right.
can't really be shifting and moving all this stuff around, right? So
Right.
they didn't know what courtroom, and they finally decided. That lady goes, well, I'm going to squeeze him in somewhere where there's not as many things scheduled, and the judge was like, well, this court's not is understaffed, and it's not like they have abundance of people to come and control all these inmates and bring
right.
them to courts and different courtrooms, and so you have to let them know what's up,
That's right.
And the lady was like, well, I'll make sure that I find one that's, that soon and suitable enough for us. And that's, they were having their little conversation where we were listening, because I was asking her, is that about Eric? And she's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Right.
Yeah, that was the only case there.
Yeah.
Right? This judge is handling just this case.
But they were telling the lawyer
I'm
names
trying
on
to
it,
find
and I
him.
never heard of him. so-
Christopher Brush.
Oh, the judge's
Judge.
name was Munch. Christopher Munch.
Bunch, not Munch.
It's Munch, wasn't it? I think it was Munch. M-U-N-C-H.
The judge name was Munch?
Munch.
No, we looked it up.
Oh, I don't know.
It has to be Munch, I'm serious. I think it is. I even asked the sheriff to spell it, and he said M-U-N-C-H.
Okay. But he does sound like he might be a decent judge.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that judge in Westminster, he was a part of that Brockner judge.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was Brockner. He's got a case. The Colorado Independent did a story on it.
He was bearded fuck.
Yeah.
That's cool. He's cool.
This chick's fucking butthurt.
She's butthurt.
Call the corporal. Hey, corporal, come take a look.
Are we gonna start walking?
Yeah, okay.
Hey, fat corporal, grab your fucking subway and come and look at this.
Subway.
There's protesters outside.
Fresh coffee. Poor guy. Happy fucking cops day anyway, bro.
Carver and Pulse. What?
We know.
Please let Janet know that a notice about her live
Just
feed
said
is
fucking
going
cops.
out about every
That
5
fucking guy
minutes.
right
Got
there
7
said
or 8 of
fucking
them.
cops.
Oh, she doesn't have any control over that, Joyce.
Your eyes look pretty in this color.
She doesn't have any control about notices for that.
I don't have a speck of blue, bro.
But if her feed isn't steady and it goes in and out, like she's got a bad connection here,
Mine?
it would do that.
What truth? How
Yeah.
truthless.
Have you noticed any buffering on yours?
I have
Like
not.
it says it's live
No,
type
That's
thing?
not funny.
Hmm. But she doesn't have any control over that, guys. Over notices for it. They're saying
I
that
can't even read the
one of them saying
glasses. I can't find my glasses. Oh, here they are. Yeah. They're in that other pocket.
yeah. Y'all need
Nice sign,
Verizon.
though.
Why?
Nice sign.
Do I got a bad signal here, guys? How's the signal for me? Is it a good signal?
It goes always.
Janet stream's fine. Okay. Janet needs to get back to her dog.
He's fine. Dog is fine.
Signal is good? Okay. Alright, we're going to take a walk around the side of the building here. We ready to walk? He went to get chalk. No, he ain't. And there's a place that was really close here, too.
Probably went back to the house.
Doesn't even take that long to get there and back. But we can still walk over there.
Okay.
Because if we miss them, then we miss them.
Open
No,
the
he'll be
door.
coming in from that way.
Huh?
He'll be coming in from that way.
He'll be coming in.
He'll see
Well,
us.
yeah, I know. I'm talking about.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Come on. Janet. We're going to walk over. We're going to walk over to the other side where he's
There's a sidewalk going
we
in.
might actually, he might actually hear us.
I
Let's
just don't
put it
want
that way.
anybody to hear me breathing heavy, that's all.
We're going to get some wind noise out here though, I'll tell you that much. Because the wind is blowing pretty good. You see the flag there? Flag's at full.
It's cold. Right. What's up, Ghost?
Not much. What's happening? You been getting some stringers sold? Yeah? Cool. You're a lot closer to them than me, so I don't get notices for a lot of them.
Shit, I even got that one. Lakewood, that last one.
Lakewood? Which one was that?
Smash and grab gun.
Oh, the one that they're so proud of that they tweeted over that they took a gun off the streets and some drugs? Is that the one?
I guess.
You guess. Oh, you don't keep track of news like I do, I guess.
all I know is that they got the story, but Stringer didn't.
Well, that happens. Those guys are walking the quick way, which is smarter because there's steps over there. We get the long way, but the flag should be at half staff for Eric Bean in the jail. It's a lot windier up here because we were down lower at the front of the jail. So you're gonna get some wind noise up here, guys. I'm cutting across here a little bit. It's an easier walk going this way than going up the step thingies on the side over here. I think I'll take that way going back though. A little bit less wind now. Protected probably from the building. Alright, who's deleting messages now? Okay, Bell for Freedom did, okay. They shouldn't be hating on each other at all.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Sorry, guys.
Getting stepped on.
Hey, matter of fact, them two are.
Where'd they go?
I asked De La Cruz, I said, are they banging? He looked at me, I was like, not that kind of banging.
Oh, okay.
He's like, yeah, I see two right there.
Oh, man, it's definitely.
Where's Johnny go, Sky?
Where's the rest of them? Yeah, let's go. Oh, that's the yard, exercise yard thingy. Right there. He might even be in one of those playing basketball.
Where are you supposed to be?
The Colorado winters get you, I'll tell you. They're dry. The winters here are very dry. For the humidity. Definitely makes screaming a lot harder. It was a good try though, he says. Alright. He said it was a good try. Here's Bruce with the chalk. Bruce is back.
Happy 4th of July! Tell Eric Brett his friends are here! Where's the Brett?
You found chalk? Cool. Alright, we'll be back down there in a minute.
Hey, roadside delivery.
Where's the
Get him on,
Brett?
Jim.
Let's get chalk. Chalk. Got the chalk.
And hopefully the other sign.
I don't know. He didn't say. He's got a couple boxes of chalk though. out of here. Damn. Ooh, that's cold. It's cold and windy. I had my hood up. It pushed my hood all the way down, walking towards the wind.
Fuck the Jefferson County deputies!
There's a deputy right there. On the left side, second window up there. There's a deputy right there.
Happy fucking Cops Day!
Oh yeah.
Fuck the police! Free Eric Red! Fuck the police! Look at them all pouring in now. Look at them all pouring in. Deputy down there.
Man, that wind's picking up even more. Can't see the top one. These guys in the bottom have the orange.
Justice! No peace! But police! Police! Happy fucking Cops
FTP, I heard that from them. All right.
Free Eric Red! Ow! Oh, justice! Oh, peace! Oh, the police!
Fuck the police!
I don't know if that's Eric down there or not. Even though I'm zoomed in on it, I can't zoom enough.
Free Eric Red!
I don't know if it's Eric, guys.
Release the Kraken!
The cracker?
Blue Lives Matter!
Eric's in orange, right?
Oh, you know he'd recognize. He's waving. That one guy down there is waving. I don't know if that's him or not.
Free Eric Red!
Yeah, these are the gym areas.
Eric! Eric! I think that's Eric right down there, dude, in the corner.
The bottom left.
Yeah,
That's what I've been pointing at.
yeah, it looks like him.
It could be him.
Free the Red!
over there doing those. That ain't Eric. Oh man, that wind. That's monk eye coughing from yelling. It's so dry out here that it dries out your throat when you're yelling and stuff. So it causes you to cough because it dries your throat out.
That and the 90 plus.
No, we can't really get closer without getting yelled at. Let's put it that way. And we can't see them any better anyway.
Woo! Fuck the police! Hit the neck with something dull!
Yeah, it's zoomed in all the way. We're zoomed in all the way, guys.
Free! Eric! Free!
That looks like him, guys.
Woo!
Right there. That looks like him. Right
Yeah!
there. That's him.
No
That's
justice! No peace! Fuck the police! Fucking love you, Eric! Bring the bread!
That's Eric right there, guys.
Yep, there he goes. Yeah, and he's flipping somebody
we
up.
didn't ban the bars yet.
Yeah! Bring them all!
I'm gonna bake them a cake. What I'm gonna do with some fucking files in it.
Blue Lives Matter!
Yeah, that's Eric, guys.
Made all friends in there. Look at him calling it off.
Yeah! Bring the bread!
It is Eric.
Fuck the police! Happy fucking country!
You guys can't tell which one's Eric? Wow. I thought I was zoomed in.
Yeah!
He's got his hands up right now. He's waving. Come on, guys.
Ole! 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 Happy fuck! Look up there! Oh, look, he's right there! He's right there! He's right there! Fucked up and stuff! Cheating's fucked up and stuff!
Fuck the police!
Fuck the police!
Fuck the police!
You know what's in, guys.
Eric Brown! Political prisoner! My stupid motherfuckers in pajamas! Free Eric! American hero!
Cody! Woo!
Our voice will not be silenced!
Free the bread! Free the bread!
You can put him in the cage, but you cannot silence his voice!
Woo!
You cannot but you can't grab that rim.
I'm trying to keep it steady, guys, but when you're singing and whatnot, it makes it tough, and the wind.
Walk right up there.
No, there's a fence. Probably can't. It's probably marked. Probably marked if you were to come in from that way, saying that you can't be there.
Park over there and walk down.
I'm zoomed as much as I can get, guys. Can't zoom in any closer. I'm starting to shake too. Wind chill.
Silence the voice of the fuck the cops guy! You'll never
No, Eric's box didn't get charged. There's no charge on it to use it.
Cops Day! It's every day of the week! This is how away! It's justice that we seek! Happy fucking Cops Day! And yeah, that's it, motherfuckers!
Guy waving his arms right there.
They probably told him to stop waving, so he just got his arms up. Now he's still waving.
I'll forward him up. Been replaced as the crew. See you guys on the streets! That's a bunch of cops, guys! Fuck the police! Fuck the police! Fuck them! And it's that motherfucker right there! That guy right there! Woo! Eric motherfucking Brett! Free the 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 Brett!
I think so. That's him. How long does he have out here?
Probably an hour.
An hour?
Stay that long.
No, it's cold as hell over here. Let's get some chalking done. Said something, I didn't hear it. What'd he say? He can't be doing something like that. Yeah, Grace, now I need something. Whew.
Political prisoner of a bitch in black pajamas! Let our people go! Set them free! Free the brand! Free the brand! Climb up!
Eyes on corruption only if I record it static and I upload it, unless I want to chop up the stream, edit.
Every day at 7:50.
No peace.
He's doing hand
He's just doing
sign language. Where's the vet at? See, he doesn't have a camera on here zoomed in like that. I don't know what he said. And defendant stand here and tell me. Fucking wind. YMCA? I don't think so. Can you see the sign language? Can you see the sign language he's doing?
I'm trying. I need to see the applause with his hand. He's waving his hand back and forth. That's applause.
Applause. The symbol of applause. Okay, he saw the applause. That's all
Or
I saw.
attention getting, making noise. Like everybody's stomping on the bleacher floors or whatever.
Oh, okay. He can't. He's not over here standing next to me watching this. So looks like he's going in, maybe. I'm not sure what that one was. Something about. Well, he definitely loves us all. He says that. I know that much. He's gone now. He's inside now. So they took him in. All right, time for some chalking.
Oh my God.
Defends. Well, yeah, no. Bruce went and got Chalk.
What did that say?
Defends up here.
Defend's up here talking.
Defends right here.
Oh, we came already?
You're talking about Bruce.
Happy, fuck the cops day!
It's every day of the week. This is how we keep them away. It's just as easy.
In the neck! Something cold!
The shortcut. Let's get out of this wind. Get down here where the wind ain't so bad. Well, the wind ain't so bad. Still cold though. Oh, much better. Less wind down here. Oh, wow. That was severe wind up there, guys. Whew. All right. Let's get the stand set up. That's why it's bouncing around everywhere, guys. Setting up the stand.
They all suck!
Almost as epic as when we were looking through some windows at another place at one time.
More out here. Where the trees up there. Get this overhang.
What are you doing? I know, I was too cold. I can't even think right after that up there. Ooh,
That was windy.
very windy.
It's tolerable down here. It's tolerable down here in front of the jail as compared to up on that hill. That was brutal up there, guys. Literally brutal for how cold it was for that wind and how strong that wind is right now.
I think he's going to expect it every day now.
Yeah, that's true. It could be. As a matter of fact, it's supposed to be 70 degrees on Sunday, I think, and then it's supposed to get down to like 5 degrees Monday, Tuesday. I have a tripod, puddle jumper. I'm using my light stand right now. But my tripod is going to be used for my real camera. Get some chalk into these people's hands.
You don't know how to fucking write.
He can do a picture.
You need another battery?
He can do a picture just like that.
You weren't carrying.
I didn't know what was going on, sorry.
Battery's dead. I mean.
a middle finger.
He can do a picture just like that.
Jeffco jail calling.
Just like that.
Oh, Jeffco jail calling people, gotta go.
How do you do that?
You gotta stand next on your screen, and they're gonna hear your call.
No, they won't. That's only on Streamlabs.
Yeah.
That's okay if they're here.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Jeffco jail calling.
Oh, wow,
He went straight in.
yeah, no, good call, right? Good call.
Allowing access to premium content. You can deposit funds into your debit account on the Secure app or purchase a subscription at www.secure.
Yes, Eric's calling.
The caller has hung up.
The caller is hung up. What?
He hung up. He
Uh,
must
Put
not.
them on lockdown.
Oh,
He
he's
must
mad at
not.
us.
yeah, no, he ain't mad at us. They probably locked him down.
Yeah, he might have.
They're probably watching our stream and said, "Oh, he's going to be on the stream. Lock it down."
Yeah.
So now I don't know if I'm streaming.
Yeah, you're streaming.
Okay.
They had just a whirly
Oh,
swirly.
sorry.
It's okay.
They had the whirly swirly going on.
They probably just put him on lockdown.
So next time I can
Took him off the
answer
phone.
it, and everybody can hear what he has to say, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah.
You don't say shit.
I'll bet you
Right?
that's what happened, guys. Is they
Yeah.
saw the live stream and said, "Oh, he's
So he
calling
hung up.
them." So
hung up on
they
him.
locked him down. I'll bet
They made him hang up.
they put him on lockdown because he's on the live stream. Otherwise, you guys would have heard him call
I don't
too.
know if you're doing like, that's like going to a football game and trying to read
So I
signs.
need to do something with the battery, like
There he's
hook it
calling
to-
again.
Yeah, I need to do
Those
something with
look-
mine
those all
too.
look like gang or some kind of message.
Him again. Eric on the phone again.
Is he calling again?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, they're gonna let him call?
Let's see.
Here, let's move next to the van,
Can't say nothing if there's not happening.
out of the wind.
Can't say anything if it's not happening.
Wow, there is actually some warmth right here.
Yeah, less wind.
Allowing access to premium content. You can deposit funds into their inmate debit account on the Secure app or purchase a subscription at www.securetablet.com. To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now. You guys are making me cry for all these people.
Fuck the police.
Cody!
How you doing, babe?
How long were you out there before I noticed?
Before you noticed? You didn't notice us? What the hell?
We were,
You out there before I came out there?
We got here about 6, but we didn't go up there till like about 7:15.
20 after.
20 after.
After since a quarter after 7?
Yeah, so we, yeah,
How long for me to notice you?
yeah, we're dedicated. We're some dedicated
We're loyal.
individual. We didn't bring much signage, but
Yeah, we didn't bring much signage.
We all wore black so you couldn't see us.
we brought no signs and we all wore our darkest clothes so you couldn't see us.
Make sure.
We did bring Joe though, so I mean,
For a long time before I saw you, huh?
really, I don't think it was a long time.
No.
No.
You guys been out there a long time.
Well, we thought you were some other guy for once, and then we couldn't remember what outfit you wore.
I mean, orange. Finally did see me, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So as soon as I went out there, as soon as the door shut, I shouted out "Lay." First in Lay. I knew you'd know that was me.
yeah, oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We knew it was you. We could tell by the
Deputy
belly.
came out and he said, "You guys can listen and watch, but if you shout back at him, then I'm going to bring you back inside." So I was really trying not to be too loud.
Just we could only see the middle finger through the bars though.
I saw you waiting.
The bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you. We all saw you.
What was the sign language you were doing?
The lookout is here. Joe's here. Ghost.
Look out, it's I heard Joe.
John, Bruce.
Mike.
What's up, Eric? Pikes. Pikes is out here. Everybody. Defend.
Donna.
Nice.
We love you, Eric.
Yeah, these people said it was more. Yeah, they definitely know the name Alan Moody here, I'll tell you that.
They definitely know the name Alan Moody.
The guy that won't leave.
We're going to try to go down the hill tomorrow, but we couldn't do it tonight. Go down the hill a little way to
Yeah.
the fence.
Hey, did you ever think you'd see me standing outside of jail?
I didn't see you. I heard you though.
Oh, good.
Did you see us? I tried to put a light on myself so you can see me.
I saw you. Yeah. And I know Janet had the light. Had my flashlight, huh?
Yeah, then I put a light on everybody else so you could see them.
That was
Close
a single
enough.
dim light.
You mean the $10,000
Yeah.
one?
I can't find the battery
There's
charger for
flashlight,
that.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's two batteries.
Oh, it's cutting out.
Hello, hello?
Hello?
Fix your cord.
Hello?
Fix your cord.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What?
It's like we're having a board meeting.
What's that? Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you now.
Okay.
Oh, the trash
Okay,
can
okay.
goes, good boy.
I'm gonna avoid this phone. That's the second time on this phone that it's on. Hey,
You guys already told me about
Dad?
Yeah, I've been taking care of Rusty. I gave him a bath
Oh,
and
thank you,
everything. He's
Theo,
awesome.
Matt. You can send one though.
Oh yeah, he don't like baths. He didn't talk to you for the rest of the day, did he?
Oh, he was awesome. He can't get off me.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Aw,
Yeah, he already don't know who the fuck you are.
good. Glad. Did you get a hold of my dad?
Happy Fuck the Cops Day. Twice on
Thank
Tuesdays.
you, lovers.
We're gonna do that when we get home.
You're okay. If you can't get a hold of my dad, look up my Aunt Lorraine.
Aunt
She's
Marie.
in my phone book.
Aunt Marie is
Aunt Lorraine.
Lorraine. Okay.
Lorraine.
Maureen,
I forgot.
Maureen.
you're fired today.
Lorraine.
I definitely need a book.
Okay.
He didn't say anything.
So none of my lawyers came to see me today like they said they would.
Who?
None of his
Lawyers.
lawyers.
Both of my lawyers said they couldn't see me this afternoon and neither one of them came.
Really?
Yeah. And, I did my interview with Deborah Takahara.
Does he know we're trying to talk on the phone?
Go on. Hello?
He's
Are
still
you
there?
still here?
Are you there?
Hello?
Yeah.
I'm here.
We're here.
I did my interview with Deborah Takahara.
How'd that go?
I think it went all right. I mean, I told her right away that I can't answer any questions about my specific actions. And of course, you know, because I don't have a lawyer here and I don't have any legal privilege. And of course, anything I say can and will be used against me as evidence by this officer standing right there with his camera in his hand. So, but I talked about, you know, how, you know, this is part of my rhetoric. It's my standard rhetoric, and that, you know, I need to shock people I need to shock their conscience because we're in a constitutional crisis. We're in an accountability crisis. I talked about the Colorado 8.
Nice.
You know, all they tried to do is get the judges to follow the Constitution and file their credentials. And they went to prison for the rest of their lives. But apparently the magic, I said, you know, police officers, they're not allowed to take action on the middle finger. They're not allowed to be offended by our words. So are there magic costumes that week that they're not insulated from my words? So.
Is that going to be on when?
Not tonight. She got another story for tonight, so maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Okay.
I gave her Brian Loma's contact information and said to contact Brian Loma to get a copy of the indictment and to contact Brian Loma if she would please and let
Okay.
people know when it was going to air.
That's good. Huh.
So, but she was talking about Judge Rudolph primarily.
Oh, really?
About Judge Rudolph, yeah. So I'm currently set to be transferred to Medium sometime next week.
Medium?
So that
Nice.
building that you're in right now, is that your home right there? Is that where you're at?
Where you saw me, that's where I'm at. It's a classification pod.
Oh, wow.
Is it on the bottom?
They kind of, most people will rot out in a few days. So here at Jeffco, I guess they keep you on this classification pod for like up to 10 days. No commissary or anything. The only thing I can do is transfer money over for phone.
Wow.
That's bad.
Is that why we're getting the free phone calls? Are you paying for
Yes.
Oh, wow. Thanks, babe.
Yeah, so I owed like $200 on booking fees. Like almost $150 on booking fees. So first few deposits went to booking fees.
That's to be
That's
expected.
all we did too. Is we got it 50.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I should get paid tonight. There should be money on my card tonight.
Okay.
So we can pay you back, Janet. And then long term, we'll probably want to set up where I can call you guys directly, and with you guys having prepaid, it's cheaper that way.
Yeah.
That way, it doesn't show up on my books and doesn't screw up my federal filing.
Sure. Yeah. I'll make sure I have my card on there and shit.
Yeah, I'll try to do that too.
So when you call, it's
It's
just
like
done.
$7 a call.
Oh, but if it's prepaid, it's a little cheaper.
Yeah, you can set up an account with Securus and prepay.
Okay. We
And
can do
from
that.
this end, it's 21 cents a minute. I don't know how much it is from your end.
Okay.
So, yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
We'll be back, buddy.
So I guess I have a bond hearing on the 19th, so let's hold off on all my bonds until the 19th, huh?
That sounds better.
Yep.
You were supposed to have it on the 10th, but it got moved
I know,
apparently.
they decided to change it today.
Yeah. What they're doing, of course, isn't legal for what
Oh, hey, Ghost.
what they.
No, the whole, I told Talking Horror that too. I said that even the bond process is illegal. I said they're required to go through certain bond processes. And, the law changed, and we have new bond reforms, and they didn't follow any of those laws. I said, what do you do when nobody will follow any of the laws? I said, do we have a system of our Constitution and don't you think that you should follow the laws too? And I said, well, I believe that the law guarantees me the right to the presumption of innocence. So if you think that I don't have an Eighth Amendment right to the presumption of innocence, then I suppose that you have a constitutional crisis as well. This constitutional crisis isn't about the impeachment of the president. It's about us. It's about you and I. It's about right here in Colorado. I think this is an issue that's affecting our whole nation.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, they're basically doing these bonds on you to keep you in.
Yeah.
Make sure
That's what I told her. I said, when you look at this bond, you look at here's $50,000 worth of cash-only bonds. That's the equivalent of $500,000 in surety bonds.
Yep.
People don't get $500,000 bonds when they raise children.
That's right.
That is right.
The judges have declared themselves immune from the Constitution. As our Constitution in Colorado requires them to take an oath of office and file it with the clerk and recorder before they sit on that bench. And more than half of them have not even taken their oath. But let's file it. Let's file it on time.
That's right.
I said that Colorado 8 wanted them to follow that law, and they're in prison for the rest of their lives. Our judges have declared themselves that they are immune from accountability. And I said, look at all these bonds. All it is they want Eric Brandt in the box. Eric Brandt raises this bond, and bam, they slap a bigger bond on him. Eric Brandt raises that bond, and bam, slap a bigger bond. Well, who pays for your bonds? I said, I have donors and benefactors from all over the world.
That's
What
right.
groups are you associated? They said, are you associated with Occupy Denver? I said, I would say I'm associated with Occupy Denver. Did Occupy Denver post your bond? No, Occupy Denver did not post my bond. The world posted my bond.
That's right. The world posted your bond at 25 cents, a nickel, a dollar, $5 at a time.
They did.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the judge? Can I ask you what you thought about the judge?
Well, I got a feeling about the judge was decent.
So what is his name? Do you know?
Hold on, I can run up and grab my piece of paper. I wrote it down.
You just
Hold on, because I want you guys to look them all up.
We don't
Hold
know
on.
which one. We both got a different name.
He's grabbing paper.
I got
Bunch. I
Is
think
it
it's
Christopher Munchin?
Bunch or munch?
Munch. I'm pretty sure it's Munch. I couldn't find it because I was looking up
Yeah,
Oliver.
bond hearings on February 19th.
Yeah, I can't find him either.
That's why we're out here protesting, is because of his bond being so high.
That's
Can't get him out.
ridiculous.
He's
Yeah,
been a
cash
judge
only
here since
bond.
1986.
That's the only purpose.
He said protesting, not protesting.
The only purpose of that bond being that high is to keep him in jail intentionally, and that's against the law for Colorado law now.
The kick of the ball is
And that's why I had those papers on my side tonight.
Okay.
The judge that did this is not following the law.
It's all water run. It just run all over.
They never follow the law.
It's no wonder that
They don't
Eric's
have to.
upset with judges and advocates for their random
Okay.
shooting.
Hey, Christopher Munch.
Munch. Okay.
Christopher Munch.
Like he's munching on your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look up his performance evaluation history.
I couldn't find it because
I
I was
did-
looking under bunch.
I already looked it up. I got the info.
Not what his likes and dislikes. You don't have any of that. That's what he wants to know. His rate of fucking
Well, I
judge.
want to know how
I
the,
know.
I want to know
I
what his
read it
performance
today.
ratings
That's
were
what I did
before he
before I went to
retired.
court.
That's John, yo.
Well, then why didn't you put it out for us? Why didn't you?
Because I
Go.
left to go to court. I haven't been there since.
Great media.
I would
Yeah,
have
see if Harris will bring that in if he ever gets back into town.
But always remember that we put the fun in dysfunction.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can print that all out and
Yeah, we'll print it all out.
Yep.
Okay.
And anybody listening that can help out with toner.
Did you get it?
Yeah, so be conservative on the color toner downstairs, okay?
We're not even going to touch the
think I've
color.
got it.
You'll be all right.
Don't worry.
Yeah, use it. I'm going to be in here for a long time. Use it.
Calm down. We got this. All right, folks are trying to help out with toner and everything. I just got to get numbers of the printer. There's gonna be a lot of printing going
Okay,
on
so
here.
the printer upstairs just takes standard black and white toner. It's a TN630.
PN 630. And what's the other one?
6:30.
The other one is a color HP printer. There's 2 color cartridges upstairs. I believe I have a magenta and a blue.
Uh huh.
You have 1 minute left. And we got 1 minute left. And then, but the yellow goes fast because of the cops colors,
Yeah.
and the black goes fast.
Okay.
So that's the one. I don't remember who it was, but she bought a whole package of toner all at once and sent me a whole pack of toner. So I've already gone through the yellow and the black.
Awesome. Awesome.
So yeah. So it's gonna cut us off here in a few seconds. You guys are awesome.
It's okay.
My street cred just went through the roof.
Happy Fuck the Cops Day.
Happy fuck the cops
Yeah,
day.
fuck the cops day, guys.
Happy fuck the cops day.
Cody!
Is Otto out of jail?
Not yet.
Huh?
Not yet.
Damn it. Damn it.
I think it's between the both
So
agencies
you
that,
guys,
that are colluding.
what?
I think the 2 agencies are colluding to keep you guys quiet.
Oh yeah, they very well likely are. Very likely
So
are.
you know we're on the live stream, right? Just so you know.
You are?
Yeah.
You've been on.
Free auto. Thank you for using
Like
Security.
He's
Cool
on.
ending. Okay, free auto. Gonna come off.
Nice, huh?
Here's the fan on the top of the van, getting the best view of the house. All right, guys, you heard them. You've seen them.
Hey, if you didn't know, happy fuck the cops day!
They are recording the call. Yes.
It's every day of the week. This is how we keep you fuckers away. It's just last week.
So now you got a moderator at least.
All right, get that chalk out. Chalk it up. And they're like,
Like, we're here for your fucking entertainment? I'm cold.
me too.
What the fuck?
I know. It's cold out here, guys.
Nice seeing you, man.
Okay, I'm out of here. Next time.
And you going?
That X?
Yeah. X on the top and then hit the end. Okay. Yeah. There you go. You'll be a pro at it in no time. Well, he said when he first got on that he about had him crying when he heard us all out there, you know, yelling. So that I could believe. We were yelling loud enough. So
All right,
look
let's
at
get the fuck
MD's
out of here. That's
message.
cold.
MD's message. Let's see here. Deliberately withholding evidence from Owen's defense team during his trial and appeal. Yeah. Oh, I like that about that. Christopher Munch found the prosecutors engaged in several actions constituting prosecutorial misconduct, including deliberately withholding evidence from Owen's defense team during his trial and appeal. Ah, interesting. So, Munch might be a really good judge then. If he's finding the DAs guilty of violating people's rights, then he's going to be a good judge. Yep, Jody, no problem.
Happy Fuck the Cops Day.
Everybody's freezing, so they're not going to chalk, apparently. To call. Oh, the hallelujah. The hallelujah stuff, yeah. Everybody's wanting to get out of here because it's so cold now, because we went up the hill. Hey, Lalouse. Lalouse. Lalouse.
What's up?
I think he's got a good judge.
Yeah, I think so too, bro.
No, listen to this. One of the guys in here posted this earlier. Hang on, let me get back to it.
Thank you, bro. You're welcome, brother. Say later to your kids and stuff, man. Good night.
Okay. In September 2017, 18th Judicial District Judge Christopher Munch found that prosecutors engaged in several actions constituting prosecutorial misconduct, including deliberately withholding evidence from Owen's defense team during his trial and appeal.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's this judge that's taking
Definitely, like I said, the new. I don't remember his name. I think it was Munchak or something like that.
Christopher Munch.
No, I'm talking about the DA.
Oh.
It was a new DA that came in.
Right.
The new DA came in, and the Munch guy was talking to him about the felony case specifically.
Right.
And he said something about to the effects that I don't think I could do this. Like, I could promise I'll try, but I can't expedite this process. It's going to take me too much time.
Yeah.
I only found out about this case 3 days ago, and what you're asking me to divulge by the 26th is too much.
The 26th?
Yeah.
By the 19th?
So that they can make a deposition on the cases,
The 19th.
Right? No, they're going to decide that. The DA and
they want to push the trial forward fast?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting because they got to have motions. He's got to have a lawyer.
They want the lawyers to butt heads on the 26th, and you have to have everything squared out.
That ain't ever going to happen.
Yeah, so
that ain't going to happen.
That's why I said
they're going to end up.
The DA was telling the judge, I don't think that's possible. I don't think I can handle that.
Yeah,
so
I think they're going to end up dismissing the charges. I'll bet.
Oh yeah. Because like I said, they're trying to railroad him. I can see it. You know,
everybody
all
can
three
see
DAs
it.
were on the same page.
Everybody can see he's trying to
slip stuff under there. Well, does this apply? Does this apply? And the judges like that don't apply in First Amendment or First Amendment cases.
The judge knows what the First Amendment is, and he's going to uphold it.
I'm going to make this a whole case of all these cases are going to be under the
First Amendment.
Under the instruction to the jury that this is a First Amendment auditor.
First Amendment issue. Is this freedom of speech?
Mm-hmm.
Because the man never made any direct threats.
No.
He never made any direct threats.
Nope.
So this is all about free speech.
Yep.
And the judge knows it. And I think we got a good judge on this, guys.
Hopefully he stands the ground like that. Like
if
great.
he's holding the DA,
and the sheriff's accountable too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, when he shut the sheriff up, because Janet.
I'm talking about 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, definitely.
When he's holding them accountable because it's like, hey, that's misconduct.
Yeah.
That's some shit, man.
That's heavy, bro.
That is.
When
he's finding that the DAs they're coming in front of them.
Well, at first when we walked
I bet you it wasn't even a case that he was handling that he went in to investigate it.
When we walked in, all right, we were skeptical because me and Janet walked in and
Colorado.
There was nobody in the courtroom with us, just us and the clerk and the judge.
Right.
And they were talking about the case. And Janet, I said, do you think they're talking about Eric's case? And I go, that's not right. They shouldn't. She's the clerk and he's the judge. They shouldn't be discussing this. And me and Janet look at each other. They're not. They're kind of like, we thought they were talking about something specific, right?
Right.
So they were just talking about trying to get him scheduled with the judge in the courtroom.
Right.
Putting him into, because they were moving it to the 19th. Now they got to find a courtroom and a time and everything for him.
Right.
Because they didn't never think this was going to happen, right?
Right.
So now that it's going to happen, they were talking about that. And then the DA walks in and they're all like, you know, like they don't want to do this, you know, they all want their independent, you know, trials, and
Yeah.
they want to, you know,
Yeah.
try to get him on
But
something.
I think this
Let's
judge
gotta
is
get something
seeing.
to stick.
I think this judge is seeing through their
He
bullshit
is. He definitely
and saying,
is.
you know,
and like I
screw
said, when
doing this all individually because you're holding this shit over his head, and every time he misses his court date because you throw him in jail for something else.
He says, you know, that's quite a high bond for this guy, and I think we need to expedite the process so he doesn't serve so much time in jail.
Yeah.
He actually told the
Especially
DA
if they're not going to lower it.
Yeah, if they're not going to lower
If
it.
he can't bring up a defense because he's sitting in jail, you know, that's a injustice.
Yeah.
And that judge knows it.
Yeah, it was quite enlightening. I mean, I like I said, when we walked in, Janet's right away like giving them like, fuck judges, I hate judges, I hate fucking pigs, I hate. And I walked in with an open mind, right? So
Right.
when I had my phone in my pocket and Janet had hers in her hand, and when the judge said something to her or started talking to us, Janet right away started smirking at him, like getting ready to say, shut the fuck up, I'll turn it off. You know, kind of had that attitude. And I told the judge, I'm just trying to honor the courtroom, sir. I'm just trying to silence my phone. He goes, oh, no. Go ahead and pick up Instagram or get on the newscast and read you a story or do whatever you want. We got about 10 minutes left and you guys are fine. And then about 5 minutes later, sheriff walked in and he told him, he goes, hey, those people are on their phone looking up case law and shit, you know, and the judge looks at us all kind of snotty. Not us, looks at the sheriff snotty, and he's like, I gave them permission to do that. And so he's like, damn, man, I wanted to get him, you know. So another sheriff walks in,
Yeah,
and
same
he's
thing.
in the background
Same
going like
thing,
this
yeah.
with his camera. You know, they're on the camera, and the other sheriff.
Yeah, they're
going,
trying to get evidence. These guys are
Yeah.
against the judge's order.
The
Except,
sheriff
guess
was like
what? The judge
pointing
let
at
him.
the judge. I can't do nothing. He said no. So the other sheriff walked through the courtroom all pissed off. He didn't look at us. Or talk to
Yeah,
us
that
or
chapped their asses, man. That chapped them good.
Yeah, so yeah, they had a little taste of what we usually get, you know.
Yeah.
And it felt good because, like I said, I didn't give him no props or nothing. But Janet said that's good that you were, how does she say it? You were polite to him. Because I was gonna say "fuck you, shut up" or something. She said. I said, "Yeah, Janet." He was telling us nicely, you know. So I thought I'd treat him the same way.
Right.
Normally, I'm not like that.
Right.
I'm the first to blow up.
All right, guys. Yeah, they're gonna have a probable cause.
hopefully
Well,
everything's good.
another advisement is what's gonna happen, and bond.
See you all. Don't
So,
forget,
thank you.
like and support.
All right, man.
See you, bro.
Thanks for coming down, man.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I'll try to see you guys on the 19th. I have
Yeah.
some counseling for my daughter, but other than that, I'll probably be here
Okay.
if I can make it.
Okay. Sounds
All right?
good.
See you, buddy.
All right. Take it easy.
Yep.
All right, guys. You guys heard it. We're done. It's La Luz, Colorado. La Luz, Colorado, guys. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Everybody else is gone. You've heard all the information that we got. You've seen Eric. You heard Eric. What more could you want? Well, we could have him out, but you know that ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry, not tonight anyway. But I hope everybody's spirits are up higher. So the bond amount is decided by the judge, and because they have the new judge, blah, 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 you know, one of them things. All right, guys. All right, guys. Everybody, take care.